You're muted.
Wow, that was a fail. Cool. I'm gonna restart this and we'll do it again. All right, cool. Okay, hello and welcome to this episode of Boomer and Degen. I'm your host Biz, coming at you live with co-founder Andy for another market health update, news, insights, alerts. We got it. We just dropped the newest batch or the newest channel, which is an alert called "Going Their Own Way." Um, it's been a busy day for me overall and IRL as I'm preparing a move in this week. But I have had a chance to take a look at a few coins, and I did notice some pretty positive correlations with the results and what's coming through, as well as the price market structure. And to me, some of these tokens are actually looking primed to move. As I got a few hours in my day, I'm thinking right after the stream to probably establish a nice position in one of these coins. One that I'm looking at is storage. But before we get into all these coins and what we're looking at, and even covering some news as well, let's talk about the market health, Andy.
Yes, well, nothing much really has changed. It looks now that we've got a pop-up in the 15-minute chart where it's gone up like 15% since the last time I refreshed this. But in terms of Bitcoin itself, let me just go here. As you can see, we are struggling back down at this trend line. It whipped well beneath it yesterday. And if you go to the 15-minute, you can see it really did go down beneath it for a while, and it looked like we were heading down.
Yeah.
And then it kind of hit this fair value gap back over here and then recovered a little bit. But now it's gone up beneath it, gone up beneath it. So the jury's out really as to whether this is going to break down even more. And so, yeah, not, in terms of Bitcoin, we're still in that kind of wait and see phase where it is, like if you go to the week chart, you can see we've had 4 weeks in a row of red candles. And so, I don't know how much more this is going to how longer this is going to last. But no, it's not looking strong, Biz. It's not looking strong. The alts are down, others again down. If we go to the week chart on that, let's have a look. That's had a couple of green weeks on the way down, but whoa, it's definitely, not looking healthy. So no, overall the market is not that healthy. And if we go to our little friend here, it's gone up a couple of points since yesterday. It's gone up to 47, but the fear and greed index has gone down by 1 point since yesterday. So the entire market is unsure, and I think there's still quite a lot of fallout from that Libra coin. Hang on a sec. I think this is the old news from the other day. Yeah, let me get rid of that. And then, so yes, this is some news that this Hayden Davis claimed he paid the Argentinian president's sister.
Oh, yes.
And apparently she's said he'll do anything I ask, right? So she was the one that got the kind of what was it? I control that N word. So that's
really?
what apparently she's.
Okay.
Yeah. So Davis also said, I send dollars to his sister and he signs whatever I say and does what I want. So in any event, I don't care now. This guy needs impeaching because, he's meant to be a president. He's meant to be above that shit. And it just goes to show you that that's very open corruption, if this is true. If I come to here, this is from an account called Star Platinum.
Yeah.
I've not heard of it before, but anyway, they said the biggest Solana scandal since FTX. A founder steps down, 200 million drained from crypto. Here's the story of Meteora and Jupiter.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
They got caught in the Libra scam. And it has a big thread here. It started on the 14th of February when the president tweeted about it. Insiders bought in and the price shot up, then crashed hard. A total of 107 million was taken out of crypto. And then Hayden Davis, CEO of Kelsier, a fund coordinating company, was behind the Libra launch and advised President Milia. But this goes deeper. Evidence points to direct involvement from Meteora. Now, I think they're claiming later that they didn't, and they've done nothing untoward. But this thread goes on. Ben resigned as co-founder of Meteora. He stated that Meteora only provides tech support for token launches and was not involved in trading or leaking info about Libra. He admitted referring Kelsier to other projects like Melania. So it looks like they're all interconnected, right? Hours later, Solana Floor shared a video exposing the scam involving Kelsier, Meteora, and M3M3. The video shows Kelsier running the ecosystem and dragging Meteora down. I don't know Meteora. Do you know them, Biz?
No, I haven't looked into them.
It also reveals that Ben knew but didn't stop it because Kelsier pressured him. This company run by this Hayden geezer. Sitting there, then in comes this guy, Meow. Hi, I'm Meow from Jupiter, and I also co-founded Meteora. Firstly, I'd like to reiterate my confidence that no one at Jupiter or Meteora committed any insider trading or financial wrongdoing. I mean, they're scrabbling around now to try to say they're not, but people are going around tracking wallets back, right? Tracking transactions back. So we're going to have to see. So I think there's quite a lot of stuff spreading out from this.
So Meteora is a DeFi protocol. It's I think they most likely they create like the dynamic liquidity protocols for DeFi on Solana.
All right. So I think what they were saying was that this Hayden's company were asking this Meteora to be the liquidity provider, effectively, and presumably they're going to get paid back from an allocation, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's all they have the funds, so they fund it, but then they get 2x, 3x, whatever x back by getting token allocation. So all these people are in on it. I don't care, it's all now they're just attempting to cover their backside, right? But but they are there. And what's interesting is that Benjamin Cowan, I referenced him yesterday, said the latest rug dropped 94% in 1 minute. It doesn't mention which one this is, but then this idiot, and this is for me sums up the problem. This guy called John somebody, so he said, "You make it 10 times worse, bro. Stop sharing the nonsense." I'm like, he's not. And he was. Benjamin replied, "Get the fuck out. I've been warning people to stop falling for this crap for years." And it's like, what does he mean? Stop telling people? It's and this is part of the problem, right? And then some Burke down here just says, where was it? Because it made me laugh out loud. Always sell before the rug.
Yo, that's the best advice, right? The hope. That's how you know we're gonna make it, right?
Yeah, right. This guy's clearly like all in there, right? Dear God. So I think the market is again just a bit uncertain because of all this Libra stuff. It's not good. I mean, I had my little rant yesterday on the stream. I'm not going to have another one today. But,
well, there's another thing to note, because the FTX released their they dispersed they dispersed some of that bankruptcy funds back to the
holders with less than $50,000 in there, right?
Yeah. So I mean, good news for them, but who knows? I mean, it could be something that might it depends on how desperate people are for liquidity. I mean, I know a lot of people during those times got completely drained, and maybe they just haven't recovered yet. But at the same time, we're comparing Bitcoin at a price of what, 20K when it went down. What, 23? It was quite low. So I mean, it's shot up since then. So I mean, they could very well be selling into this market.
Getting those
Why
profits
not?
out,
Why not? I mean, they've been waiting for a long time, but
they have. So so that's the market. I mean, in terms of, you were alluding to our new alert, which I put live yesterday, even though I still have, I have this issue with my eyes, folks, where they're getting better, like better than they were. So my glasses, I can't use them anymore because my eyes aren't that bad anymore. But they're betwixt and between being perfect and needing the glasses. But so I'm kind of not wearing any glasses anymore.
Well, I'm praying for better eyes for myself then. I want 2020. I haven't felt that.
You have to become a boomer first, I think.
Oh, okay, that's the secret. All right.
You know what I mean? It's like you have to get a few more years on you. But yeah, so this new alert that I put live yesterday, which I'm very happy with, what it's been doing is finding coins that are not following the trend of Bitcoin's price action. So if Bitcoin tanks, most coins tank. If Bitcoin goes up, most coins go up. But this one is more about finding those coins that are going, okay, whatever. And some of the coins that have come in today are ARK, which has been doing great.
Mm-hmm.
That's again just been trucking up these fair value gaps on the way up and creating order blocks, and now it's got another fair value gap as support, hopefully. And then Maker came in. I mean, you see here that the overall market is down, it's just down in negative numbers, 0.08%. But these alerts, ARK is up 13.56 over the same time, and Maker's up 5.3. Troy is doing great. It's been down to this trend line I drew on. I was trading Troy before as it was going up and down, and it dropped beneath this trend line.
Oh wow!
I'm hoping.
Is it breaking above it too?
Yeah. So let me just turn the volume off. What I'm hoping is it goes up and comes back and retests it and bounces off.
Yeah.
So that's the.
When did that one come in?
It came in. I think it's been one I've been trading.
Oh, okay.
For a while,
yeah.
So I'm just gonna. But I think it did come into this new channel as well. Where's it gone? I'm just gonna move this up here to see if it comes back down to retest it. Let's leave that. But yes, right now FTT, not one that I can trade, but you were saying AMB, and we've just got some more. Now Pyth has been coming up a few times actually, and the way this works, by the way, is it's anything with a correlation coefficient of less than 0.2.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually put a number here, and I have had one coin that was at 0 exactly. So if you get 0.01, that's better than 0. That's better than 0.19, if you know what I mean. So this helps you understand that Pyth is a 0.05. So it's saying Pyth.
Oh, by the way, just to confirm with you, the channel it actually did come in, which is 15 minutes ago, was the bullish fair value gap breakup structure for Troy.
Which one was that?
Troy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd expect that really. If we just put this in here, just for a second. So what this channel does is it's not like a bullish or bearish channel. It's just finds coins that are not following Bitcoin. Are you with me? So right now this is in a downtrend, but you could draw trend lines on this Pyth dead easy, right? And and just sort of play around with this trend line and go, well, okay, there's a good chance it's going to come down, and then you another trend line down here type thing, that kind of thing. So you can say,
nice little wedge, if it does get down there.
What it's not doing is following Bitcoin, and that just looks nothing like the Bitcoin chart, right? Whereas if you went to many other coins, you'd see that they were just maybe an exaggerated version of the Bitcoin chart. But that isn't. And City Tia is one that I've not looked at like forever. Interesting. Let's just zoom out a little bit. I want to just compare eggs with eggs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know eggs is a bad word in America at the moment.
Ah, come on.
But this is, if you look at Tia now, look, it's been bouncing into this order block like how many times now? You know, and then just literally going up 10% and then back down 10%. So there's probably some good trades in this. Actually, I'm going to just stick that in my watch list and then come back and have a look at that after the stream. But you can see it's like a descending wedge as well. This is a proper descending wedge in the sense of you've got this trend line sort of coming down here, right? The price is remaining in this, but it's horizontal at the bottom, right? So you've got kind of like that. It's not like a bull flag where the price can either go straight or down a little like that, right? This is like a descending wedge, so something's going to happen with that.
The descending wedge would because of the latest price action that actually dipped below that support level, right? Into that fair value, or is that a fair value gap or order block?
So it's an order block.
Yeah.
It's an order block. Yeah. So, well, I mean, okay, so it's within a range though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's definitely not necessarily as descending as this part of the wedge. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of fairly horizontal. Everything when you say horizontal, even trend lines, you know, it's not like the price is going to ping it exactly. It can dip beneath it sometimes. You know, it's all kind of within a range of even a point of control. It's kind of a range around it, right? It's not an exact price. Trading is not like an exact science, is it?
No. We try to get it down to a science.
Yeah, but it isn't. You know, you know, that's why having a good trading strategy with stop losses is very, very important. Right? Because something that is kind of interesting is that if a good trade is where you've got a tight stop loss, but you don't necessarily have a tape. Sometimes you let a good trade run, right? Because if you get stopped out 2 or 3 times, but you get a good trade that just keeps running, like you've had some trades, like if you go back to ARC here,
mm-hmm.
you could have got in here and then got out, say at this point at 7%, right? Or you could have just let it run and you'd now be up to 15, 16%, nearly 17%. Right?
Yeah.
So,
move your stop set. Yeah.
As long as you have that stop loss set correctly in the first place, right? So you get it here like this, and you get your stop loss, say, beneath this fair value gap here. So you've got like a 1% stop loss. But the moment that if I just do this here and make it a stop loss line, the moment that the price starts going up, you're raising your stop loss. You're raising your stop loss.
Yeah.
You're raising your stop loss.
Actually, yeah, I to tell you the truth, I would have been stopped out at that first dip, to be honest. I would have been stopped out. And on top of that, if I was trading the 15-minute, I probably would not have known to get back into this to this trade to realize that momentum.
Yeah. So it's the fair value gaps are really good for finding your entries. So if I just undo that, put that there, and come bring it back here, you might say.
Yeah, I would have been stopped right there. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah. So you can maybe find a better entry if you go to the 5 minutes.
Is that 5 minutes looks.
But,
even on the 5 minute, that was pretty quick. Oh, sorry, that's 15 minutes. Okay.
But the reason I put my stop loss slightly beneath that is you want to give it a chance to kind of come back into this fair value gap like it has done a few times. Now you could have said, well, I'm going to put it right on the boundary of that at 0.7. Then you might have got stopped out for the sake of that extra few dollars of a stop loss, right? So you get it slightly beneath that zone, that liquidity zone, and then just let it ride. And then now you would have literally had that kind of 17% if you'd have let it ride, 16%. You know, it's so yeah. This alert is very good, and it kind of goes hand in hand with things like bullish. In fact, did I see Paya there again? I did there. So my eyes aren't that bad without glasses, right?
No, better than mine.
Bullish fair value gap and Paya is now going its own way, right? So they kind of go hand in hand with each other. Which is why our next step is to add some extra stuff to these alerts with the extra data to give you more confluences at a glance. So, but yeah, I think, you know, this one also, those coins that, like, look again, I keep coming back to ARK, right? ARK's been into almost every channel, rising when Bitcoin is falling, like 10% rising when Bitcoin is falling. That's on the hour chart, right? That works on the hour chart. So when Bitcoin is falling on the hour chart, which it was, obviously this alert is not brand new, it's 1.5 hours ago, but there it was falling. So then it finds those coins that are rising during that time.
Yeah.
And this was one of them, and it's coming to bullish fair value gap, and it's coming to go in its own way, you know. So you're like, oh, this coin's getting all the signals. Doesn't mean you're going to have a winning trade every bloody time with it. Your trading strategy has got to be, you know, get in there and have a good strategy for getting in, and a good entry level and things like that, and have patience and stuff like that, right? But if you know this is kind of not necessarily following Bitcoin, it kind of gives you a little more confidence as well. So it's that if Bitcoin does its usual, I'm now going to pull back down to this trend line, which it's done yet again, and gone under it again, right? Then you know, it gives you more confidence to maybe stay in that trade longer biz rather than getting out. But as long as you get that, you know, I put these stop loss lines on, right? So if I put stop loss, as long as you're raising your stop loss and saying, well, I'm now going to get out if it goes back to this part of the fair value gap, and then when it goes up, you go, I'm going to give it now to the top of that fair value gap because there's another fair value gap above it. So as long as you give yourself a bit of breathing room for it to literally take some breath and come back to get some liquidity, then you can possibly stay in. So but that does rely on you keeping your eye on the chart, right?
Yes.
Although what you can do in the alerts is once you've got a stop that's raising, you can make it a trailing stop. So you can calculate, well, I'm going to, anything like, say, 1.5%, let's say 2%. Once you get a very good profit, you can say, I want a trailing 2% stop loss. And if it pulls back into that, then fire my stop. But at least then you're letting it ride, right? You're letting it ride. So there's various things you can do. But when you're trading, you've got to see it as a job, and you're sat there trading, right?
Yeah. You got to be deliberate.
Yeah, when you're using leverage, you've got to be there. Yeah. So that's the market biz. You know, same old Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know,
I just want to say, and only because we've seen some things that happened when Trump tweets, but there was an article on CoinDesk, and Donald and Trump decided to share that article on his Truth Social. And what that talked about was that there's this Donald Trump effect, and what that does for Ripple Labs is that they secured a lot more US deals. And so within the last 6 weeks, they've actually done a lot of signings, and they've done a lot of hires within US to give more jobs to the American people. And so I think Trump right now is really favoring them. And if this was any hint of any kind, I think this would be a sign that things may tend to happen, or I don't know when, but it seems like there's going to be some strong endorsements with Trump and XRP.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, right, and I said to you today I wasn't going to be political, right?
Yeah.
But you've dragged me into it, and I'm blaming you.
Yo, blame the article.
But, but according to Donald Trump, everything good that happens in the world is because of him. Everything bad that happens in the world is because of somebody else. And so I take everything he says with a pinch of salt, like literally with a pinch of salt. Right, let me get off my soapbox again now.
What? That was it? That was only a one-liner.
Yeah, but you set the cogs going again, right?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, what politician admits when they're wrong? Unless you're fully exposed, like Trudeau was when he let the Nazi into the House of Commons.
Yeah.
There's no hiding from that.
Politicians spin everything. It's just that this particular guy that we're talking about, whose name I won't mention again, but he literally sends your welcome messages, like if I don't know, the market goes up, even when he's not, like when the market was reaching an all-time high like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And he went, you're welcome. It's because they know I'm coming back. If the market had tanked during that time, you need me back because Biden's crashing the market.
Yeah.
And it's like hyperbole upon hyperbole.
Oh.
And
yeah. By the way,
just,
inflation is actually on the uprise right now.
Sherlock.
No. It's I think it's much bigger than what most people think. Yeah, it's actually quite alarming. And on top of that, we're noticing higher wages but less work days being worked. Less people are being able to afford a lot less, and it's really putting strain. Like there's going to be more layoffs and things like this. So it's actually quite. It's really interesting times right now.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because the very people that appear to be getting hit the worst in America are those people that voted for Donald Trump, right? And there's that new kind of hashtag, isn't there? That FAFO, right? Which stands for fuck around and find out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Great.
So it's they're now in the finding out phase. I meant to send them home.
All right, hold on a second. I'm pretty sure the FA is not done yet.
Oh, no, probably not. No, they're still fucking around. But I do like that phrase, FAFO, right? Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But it's having a major effect on markets. But again, we keep coming back to the fact that with what we do, we don't really care. We just trade it, right? As you know, there's certain coins I won't trade. That's just personal choice. But I did watch a very interesting YouTube short today from a trader. I share some of them sometimes in the chat, don't I? I might share this.
Oh yeah.
And this guy was saying that, when you trade, you've got to find that kind of relationship with some kind of asset that talks to you, in terms of it suits your trading style, its volatility works for you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's also true. We've said, you pick one or two coins.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back a few streams, ARK certainly wasn't on one of our coins, right? They come and go based on our alerts. But there are coins like Troy that I've been looking at for some time because they seem to be constantly doing good for me. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So you
Mover was one. Mover was one that was doing good for you too.
Yeah, Mover was good. Back in December or November, it was Move was doing very good.
Oh, Move, yeah.
Yeah. So it's, but I think that it is true that you can find those one or two assets. If you get that extra confluence that they come into our alerts as well, and they go like, oh, it's come into this, it's come into going its own way as well. It's come into bullish fair value gap as well. Woo, fantastic, I should really maybe start a trading session soon and get on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's good. And the one thing I like about these new alerts over our old alerts is, whereas before I was always looking at the clock to say 7 a.m. in the morning, right, we're going to get new juicy tips coming in and I've got to keep my eye on the chart. Now I can just pick, I'm going to trade this afternoon. I'm busy this morning, I'm going to trade this afternoon. Mm-hmm. And because we're getting that constant it's happening now type updates. Are you with me? So it's I really like what we've got now because of, I know I wrote them on that basis, but I use them is the thing I'm saying. I don't not use it, right? And by the way, if there's one or two channels, like, for instance, the retraced and shorting channels, I'm looking at them going, I'm not sure I kind of like them. There's just too many come in, and maybe I need to look at them again. So I'm constantly questioning my own code and saying my own algorithms and saying, can I improve it? Which is why if anybody's watching a stream on the radar server, if there's anything they think, no, it could be improved by this, I'm open, my ears are open, I'm ready to tweak it and test it, definitely. So yeah. So that's it. Oh, look, ARC outperforming BTC. What a surprise.
Yeah, true. And so what we saw earlier was that ARC was going their own way before it broke before it outperformed BTC, or before we got the confirmation outperformed BTC. And so when you're talking about confluence, these are the type of confluence you're looking for.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And outperforming BTC uses an algorithm called relative strength. So 100 is like 0, right? So less than 100 is underperforming against BTC, and above 100 is outperforming BTC. But this particular alert is outperforming BTC and rising and getting more, right? Not just suddenly it's gone to 100 or 101, like 101, 102. No, it's been consistently rising for a period of time, and it's now outperforming. So so you get that extra confluence, right?
That's right.
And then you get these kind of bullish, a break of structure like you get here, break of structure with a bullish fair value gap, and you're like, bro, that's all I need. It had it down here. That's all I need. I'm going to go in. It had a small one down here. It started down here this morning when I was sleeping, right? But actually, I told you I've been with the dog today at the vet's, right? Getting our puppy spayed.
Yep.
So I had some lava with that. But that would have been a perfect time to get in at this level, which is where I put that thing earlier. And you'd have had, if you let it ride, you'd have had 17%. So no, the alerts are great for that. So that's the market biz. BTC doing exactly what it's been doing for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just uncertain.
Yep, and we're all here for it. So, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you guys haven't done so already, please give us a follow. And if you like what you're seeing in terms of like the tips and insights, join our server. Let us know that you followed us, and we'll get you hooked up with all the alerts and everything, so you can go out there and do it yourself. And as always, if you want to connect with us, our DMs and everything like that is always open. And if you guys got any tips yourself, feed them our way, because we're always here to grow our own knowledge and to get better, and to also see what else is good with the markets. I mean, the Web3, I mean, markets in general is a very, very vast area. So the more eyes we can work together on, the better it is for all. Okay, cool. So tomorrow we'll be back again for Wednesday's version of Boomers and Degen. So until then, is it Thursday?
So it's Wednesday today.
Jeez,
Yeah,
yo.
Yeah.
Look at this, man.
Yeah.
I gotta spin. You know what? I need to get some sleep. Who knows, man? It's 10:35 p.m. right now. It's still pretty early. You know what? I'm antsy, man. I want to look at some trades right now. All right, okay. Cool. Boom. Rest easy. Boom. And I'll take care, guys. All right, peace out. See you tomorrow.
Happy trading, everyone.
airport.
We were seeing like some black smoke coming from the runway.
The flight that flipped over, the condition of those on board, and the investigation getting underway.
Global National with Donna Friesen. Reporting tonight, Colleen Christie.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take it down. Get going away.
Unverified video seemingly capturing the moment dozens of passengers on board this Delta Airlines plane at Toronto's Pearson International Airport get out of the aircraft after